Vince is Vince. No, you know, Vince is a special dunker, man.
You see what he can do?
He's a special dunker. I mean, he's a special dunker. And I think MJ, you know, did some stuff that was revolutionary for his time, as did Dr. J. And you know, the way Vince dunks the ball, you know, the way that he's dunked the ball when he was in a dunk contest was unbelievable.
Vince Carter. When you hear that name, what's the first thing that comes to mind? Probably the dunks, the windmill, the reverse 360, an iconic slam over 7 foot in the Olympics. But what if I told you Vince Carter was more than just a human highlight reel? We will now be diving into the career of Vince Carter, bringing out his rise, prime, evolution, and legacy. So let's find out, how good was Vince Carter actually? Before we start, make sure to like the video and subscribe to the channel, as it further motivates me to make more videos like this. Vince Carter was born in Daytona Beach, Florida in 1977. From a young age, it was clear he was a gifted athlete. He initially played football and even the saxophone, but basketball quickly became his passion. He attended Mainland High School, where he dominated the Florida basketball scene. Vince was a McDonald's All-American and ranked as one of the top high school players in the entire nation. He wasn't just dunking on other kids, he had the fundamentals, the IQ, and the poise of a future star. After starting at the University of North Carolina, Carter was drafted 5th overall in 1998 and traded to the Toronto Raptors on draft night. The Raptors were a struggling franchise, and they had never seen someone like Carter before. Instantly, he became the face of the franchise, winning Rookie of the Year in 1999, averaging 18.3 points, 5.7 rebounds, and electrifying crowds every night. By his second season, Carter exploded, 25.7 points per game, an all-star selection, and what many would call the greatest dunk contest performance of all time. Carter wasn't just flashy, he was efficient, athletic, and deadly in transition. He led the Raptors to their first playoff berth and made Toronto, for the first time, a legit basketball city. From 2000 to 2004, Vince Carter was that guy. He averaged over 24 points per game in 4 straight seasons, peaking at 27.6 points in 2001. He was voted to multiple All-Star games and was a top 10 player in the league, no doubt. In the 2001 playoffs, he went head-to-head with Allen Iverson in a legendary Game 7 series, averaging 30 points per game and dropping a career-high 50 points in Game 3. He was a bucket from everywhere, threes, mid-range, or skying above defenders. But unfortunately, Carter's prime was plagued by injuries. Ankle and knee problems limited his consistency, and Toronto's front office dysfunction didn't help at all. After 6.5 years with the Raptors, Carter requested a trade. In 2004, Vince was finally traded to the New Jersey Nets, and many thought he was done. Instead, he thrived. Playing alongside Jason Kidd and Richard Jefferson, Carter averaged 27.5 points in his first full season in New Jersey. Carter was more skilled than ever, using pump fakes, footwork, and basketball IQ to get buckets. He had multiple 40-point games, and for a few years, he was still among the league's most feared scorers. But the Nets never got past the second round. Yes, they had finals experience, but the East was getting stronger, and Vince was helping them out, but it just wasn't enough. And slowly, Carter's role in the NBA began to change. As he entered his 30s, Vince Carter transformed his game. No longer was he the high-flying phenomenon due to the injuries he accumulated. He learned and leaned into his jumper, became a willing passer, and accepted a smaller role. This old superstar was still there at Vince Carter, but he knew if he wanted to still have a role in the league, he would have to take this smaller but just as important role. He had stints with Orlando Magic, Phoenix Suns, Dallas Mavericks, and Memphis Grizzlies. With Dallas, he hit a memorable game winner in the playoffs. In Memphis, he became a locker room leader and reliable bench piece. Carter wasn't chasing stardom anymore. He'd already done that in his career. He was chasing longevity and respect. By the time he joined the Hawks, and later the Kings, he was the oldest player in the league. And yet, he was still dunking, still mentoring, still competing. That's what Carter wanted to do. He didn't want to be one of these stars that peaked early, but after the prime, they were just done. Carter wanted to have the longevity. He wanted to be able to keep on playing the game he loved. Vince Carter played 22 seasons in the NBA, the most in NBA history at the time. He scored over 25,000 points, made 8 All-Star teams, and is widely considered one of the greatest dunkers of all time. But reducing his career to just dunks is missing the bigger picture. He helped globalize basketball in Canada, and sure, he did get booed for quite a while with the Raptors, but still, he mentored generations of players and showed how a star could evolve into a role player with grace and longevity. From Air Canada to Vinsanity to Uncle Vince, he played in 4 different decades. He saw the early years with the 90s and the later years of that. He saw the 2000s with Kobe and Shaq, all the way up to LeBron and Steph Curry. Vince Carter saw it all. So, how good was Vince Carter actually? In his prime, he was elite. For his career, iconic. Sure, he wasn't the best player in the league, but few had the impact, versatility, and staying power that he did. Vince Carter didn't just play the game, he elevated it, became a respected NBA analyst for ESPN. His insights, charisma, and deep understanding of the game made him one of the most well-regarded voices in basketball media today. Off the court, he's been involved in charity work, mentoring youth under his Embassy of Hope Foundation, and supporting education in underprivileged communities. Carter has used his platform to speak on social justice and player empowerment, and bridging the gap between the old school and modern NBA culture. He's made guest appearances on basketball podcasts, participated in NBA events as a mentor and ambassador, and continues to be a respected voice in the league's ongoing evolution. Whether it's courtside with the microphone, or courtside mentoring young talent, Vince Carter has shown that his impact on the game extends far beyond his legendary dunks. He's a rare example of a star in NBA history who adapted with grace, aged with purpose, and left the game behind better than he found it. From the hardwood to the headset, Vince Carter's legacy lives on. In the future, I expect to see more of Vince. He's been close with the basketball community, and I expect that to continue to happen. But his legacy must not be forgotten. His time in the Olympics was another crucial part of his career, and sure, Vince Carter never won that elusive NBA championship. But still, what an amazing career. Toronto, yes, may have mixed feelings for Vince Carter, but still, they respect him. All the teams that he helped mentor, all the young players that he passed down his knowledge for, they all give credit to Vince Carter as one of the best vets they've ever had. So that being said, comment down below, what is your favorite Vince Carter story, and do you think Vince Carter was one of a top 50 player of all time? Comment down below. Make sure to like the video, subscribe to the channel, and I'll see you all next time.